we were on the roads, but not on the roads. Do you get what I mean? And even if you're on the roads and not on the roads, you're still exposed to road activity.
Yeah. Hashtag me.
Right. So I think it's a real important question because I feel like those kind of bad boys are really traumatized.
Yeah.
Traumatized and just really hurt individuals.
Yeah.
And if it's not checked, they end up passing on that pain to others. And in their minds, they will rationalize it as, oh, it is what it is. But that lacks context. Because it is what it is very lazy, isn't it? No,
That's avoidance.
it's avoidance. It's basically a cheap way of accepting something that you can't really unpack because there's always stuff to unpack. So I think that the glorification of a bad boy is really the glorification of someone who's in pain,
Yeah.
someone who can't unpack, someone who hasn't necessarily unlocked the tools to be able to mend themselves. So if these individuals haven't mended themselves, then obviously they're just going to go around and hurt everybody else and think that it's normal because it is what it is. My story is my story. Well, no, your story is their story because this is the story that they pump via TV.
Yeah.
As you said, television. This is the story that they pump via music. This is the story that they want for us. The hood is the projects in the States. It's a project, as most people understand.
Yeah. It's state.
Right,
It's a state, innit? They keep it
right. The bad boy is not really you.
No.
If you actually start accepting bad boys for who and what they truly are, they lose their appeal. They lose their hurt boys. They're traumatized. They're traumatized boys that haven't been mended. So
Bro, I've been on the verge of that, and I'll give you an example because there's been times I've had issues, but I've luckily been able to kind of take a step back and regulate before I make certain choices. But I have been in spaces where if I'm fucked, my head is gone. Like I'm thinking about trauma that I've trying to process. When I'm fighting this individual, like there was times when I'm going out on a Friday I want to fight someone basically, and I didn't care if you hurt me or not, because when I'm fighting you, I'm not fighting you. I'm fighting the trauma. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm fighting the person who traumatized me and my family and whatever. So it's a different fight, and so I have to explain to people. You see, when see people who want to be bad boys versus a bad boy, most bad boys will say you don't want to be me because my what I've had to go through, because and even in the fight, these guys are fighting with a different energy. It's trauma energy. So see, when you see certain small guys and they're knocking out people you thought, how? That's trauma, because they're not fighting you, they're fighting themselves, but through you. And even in that, these same bad boys, they're going out like, they will get glorified as, yo, my man ran at 10 man. That's called suicide, because he just didn't care if he was gonna get killed, and you guys were playing a theatrics. You pretending he's on it because he's traumatized. Do you get what I'm saying? Or she is. Like, we know girls from the ends traumatized, like, but were on smoke. And when you look at that, and when I remember having one with one of the the girls from the ends, R.I.P. She's passed now. But really, when I used to sit down with her, bro, it was like, you see me. And I didn't get that version of her, because I was like, I see who you are, sis. Like, you don't need to be that around. Like, I'm not no threat to you or nothing like that. It's just, I just see you. I'm from your world, man. So, and the crazy thing is, obviously, they pass it on, and all these untraumatized people, well, we're all traumatized to a degree, but some of these, like, with less deep entrenched trauma start to become entrenched trauma. So we're all traumatized together. Then people start dying around you, and then you're really like it's getting mad now. So then you all become these products of a foundational trauma, and like, yeah, man, it's crazy that we even glorify that in any sense, because really, and like even recently I've been having conversations with certain guys, and oh, bro, you're moving funny. No,